What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing a Lonzo Ball update in relation to the Chicago Bulls and discussing the things that could be taking place to a potential return for Lonzo Ball. Now, there's two updates I'm going to provide that kind of balances each other out, essentially. And both of them are from Casey Johnson. It seems like one as Twitter outlet reported one thing and Casey Johnson made sure to mention the other thing as well. So we'll discuss a little bit about it in this video and what I think about it, of course. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls and whether or not you like this Lonzo Ball update, or whether or not you feel like this is a good Lonzo Ball update. So from NBA Central, this is per Casey Johnson, but the tweet we're going to be reading about is from NBA Central, and it says, there's a growing buzz that Lonzo Ball will play next season. There's growing buzz from some who talk to Lonzo that he will play next season. That is the update from NBA Central, ladies and gentlemen. So let's quickly dissect that first before we move into the next part of the video. So this to me is no surprise whatsoever. You want to know the reason why? Lonzo Ball himself has said he's going to make a comeback in the NBA. So, of course, he's going to keep that same, mindset. I mean, if you're an athlete and you have ambitions to get somewhere, but you don't believe you could do it, then there's no point even trying. You may as well give up now. So, of course, Lonzo Ball is going to feel like he can make the NBA. Of course, there's growing buzz from his family, maybe from himself, and for people around him that is looking like, hey, look, Lonzo's going to be in the NBA next season. So there's no surprise whatsoever that Lonzo Ball feels this way. It's something that we've seen in the past. It's not necessarily a new update, I would say, but it's more of an update that's being brought to people's attention now. And maybe because in this current situation, there is growing buzz that he will play next season. But Lonzo said it from the very beginning that he wants to come back to the NBA. He wants to play in the NBA. He feels like he has a lot to give. This is not new stuff. So that's good, of course. And it should be the case. If Lonzo Ball wants to come back to the NBA, he should absolutely be feeling like he can. Because it's a complete waste of time if he wants to come back in the NBA, but he feels like he can't. Now, I'm not suggesting that there's no pain in between. I'm not suggesting that there's no doubts in his mind. Because, again, I think everybody that goes through something like that will always have a level of doubt, even if they want to admit it or not. But the vast majority of his time, he should be believing he can make it to the NBA, and he should be finding like it's everything that he wants to be. And that seems to be what's going on at the moment. But Casey Johnson made sure to give another update. And, this was from his own Twitter account here. And it says, aggregation police unit. I don't know what that means. But anyway, next sentence. The optimism needs to be measured against the fact that he hasn't started taking contact or playing 5-on-5 basketball. So this balances it out. So the optimism that Lonzo Ball could come back, Lonzo Ball feeling optimistic himself that he could come back, the people around Lonzo Ball feeling positive that he could come back, measures with the negative that even though it's looking like it's all in the right direction, he's still yet to play with contact and he's still yet to play 5-on-5 action. So that is the update, ladies and gentlemen. That kind of gives you the measuring stick of where Lonzo Ball is at the moment. He's running, he's cutting, he's sprinting, he's doing all the non-contact activities at the moment that we expect him to be at this point in time. We know where the next step is now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to take a while to get there, but the next step is contact. The next step is playing 5-on-5 action. The next step is playing scrimmages. And if you could get to that level, ladies and gentlemen, you're close. You're really close. I mean, look at it from the perspective of a minor injury. When it's Torrey Craig, he's a perfect example. Torrey Craig got injured for about 2 months for the Chicago Bulls this season. And when we started to hear the updates that he was playing physical, he was playing with contact, playing with some physicality, and playing, scrimmages and stuff of that nature, that's when we knew that he was going to come back. That's when we knew, all right, it's close now. It could be at any given time. It could be within a week. It could be within 2 weeks. It could be within a month, but it's close. And it's something that we can expect. So that's, if we end up getting an update anywhere in the near future that suggests Lonzo Ball is playing with contact and then playing 5-on-5 scrimmages, we know what the outcome is going to be then, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like he'll be close to his return. But all in due time. We still don't necessarily know the updates on the sprinting. We know that he is sprinting, but we don't know at the level that he's sprinting at. We don't necessarily know how good he's been when it comes to, the 5-on-5 scrimmages either. We'll have to know how that goes as well. If he's playing awfully in 5-on-5 scrimmages, it still might take some time for him to return to get to peak level. Because you can't just throw him in at the worst possible level he could be at. You need to expect him to, elevate his game to an NBA level game so we can even see him out there. So there's a lot that we still don't know. But it's heading in the right direction. It's heading in a good direction. It's heading in a direction that a normal injury would be in. This whole thing is unprecedented. This whole thing is a unique experience for the Bulls, for the NBA, and for Lonzo Ball. So now you're getting back into probably a more normal circumstance where he's doing all the non-contact drills and he's doing it well, hopefully, and now he's getting ready for physical stuff. This still doesn't necessarily mean he's returning this season. We know for a fact he's not playing this season, but that could be a great sign for next season. Heck, we might even be able to see some training footage the entirety of the off-season. Maybe we get to see him in pre-season, whatever the case may be. That will be exciting if we can end up seeing that happen for Lonzo and for the Bulls as well, because let's be honest, we know he's going to be a Chicago Bulls player next season. I'm about 98% sure probably he'll be a Chicago Bulls player next season. So let's just continue to see these updates, and it's a positive one nonetheless. So that's going to be my video today. Not necessarily the longest video you'll ever see, but hopefully an impactful one. Again, it's good that we're seeing Lonzo Ball updates. I don't think it's a surprise that Lonzo Ball is one of the more popular topics of discussion for the Chicago Bulls over the last 3 seasons. He's a fan favorite over here. A lot of Lonzo Ball fans that might not even be Bulls fans have come to the Bulls fan base just so they can support Lonzo Ball. And then you got Bulls fans falling in love with Lonzo Ball after his first season with us. So of course, people want to see the best for him, and it's an entire NBA subject. Everybody in the NBA wants to see Lonzo Ball return to full health and return to the NBA. It's a great comeback story if it can be achieved, and it's something I'm looking forward to. We know these stories before, ladies and gentlemen. We've experienced some of these stories before. MJ left, came back. Derrick Rose with his big injuries managed to come back and still be a very decent player in the NBA. It's happened all around the NBA. Everybody loves a good comeback story, and Lonzo Ball might be the next one we can talk about. So I can't wait. Hopefully he can come back at a decent level and produce, starting or coming off the bench. Probably coming off the bench next season, at least for the beginning, for the Bulls. Have a wonderful and safe day. I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.